Okie dokie. We are live. Let's get the microphone up a little bit. There we go. Hopefully that's not too loud. Alright, we're just getting this all set up, and then we will be underway. Appreciate everyone that has been liking and subscribing. We're getting closer to 400 subscribers. Thank you if you are a part of that, and if you're not, you really should be. I don't really know why you should be, but if you like baseball franchise content, there you go. Professional streamer at your service. So tonight we have the old versus the new, as the title would insist, and that, meaning the old franchise, the Kansas City Royals, are in town, and we are at home. We get to see if we can turn our luck around. We're still above 500, but we haven't exactly been playing the best baseball. Test this. Boom. Alright, that's been working recently. Maybe I don't need to try it anymore. Why did he put my headphones over there? Silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids. What up, Char? Think I'm trying to get fired? Eh. Nah. Don't tell my secret. If you tell my secret, then Loti would want me. They'll be like, oh, that guy's trying to get fired. We're doing fine. I think I know what we need to address. I was going to make a roster move, and then I quickly remembered that this guy, if I would have sent him down, I'd have to DFA him in order for me to send him down, and I just wasn't ready for that. Charm Entertainment. Come on, full screen, you kid. Right. There we go. The good old CCE. I know there's some guys that probably need a day off, but we're not going to give it to them. What did I do for Bobby Bonilla Day? Whole bunch of nothing. That was yesterday, wasn't it? We were in doctor's offices all day yesterday. Could have used that Bobby Bonilla money.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Kansas City Royals going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates.
All right, so there's some of the storylines. We'll look at that here in a second. League news, anything going on? Pete Alonso, 900th career RBI. Good to see that for him. And then the Brewers continue to keep winning in our division as they grow the lead over the second-place Cubs. And we are in third, I believe. Farm system. Nothing new to report on the farm system. Not that I can think of. So, let's talk about our team.
Zingy, this team just can't find a way to win. How do they change that today?
I really think it's as simple as put it all in the rear view and just focusing on the here and now.
Now, there we go. We are 24 and 22, 3 games back. So, of course, you know, we're still in this.
Perhaps today is the game.
But 4 and 6 in our last 10, 2 and 5 in our last 7 is not going to pay the bills. So, we got to get on the victory spell here against the Royals.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this.
So, basically the same thing, Bobby.
So just about
does
set now.
Only
and
you don't
starter,
get paid. Yeah,
Mitch
true.
Keller. What do you look for here?
He's had his ups and
True
downs
story.
in his career as his ERA is just over 4. But this is a guy that's not afraid. He's going to take the ball. He's going to go out there and give it his best.
Okay, all set to go. And to the plate for Kansas City, Bryson Stott.
All right, Mitch Keller on the bump for us. 31-year-old righty, last year of his contract. $15.4 million fastball, sinker, sweeper, cutter, and a slurve. And he's been okay in his last 4 outings. He did not get it. He got a no decision in his second to last start. And then the last start, which was actually against the Athletics, he got pretty hit around. 2 2/3, giving up 5 runs. So he's looking for a bounce back. Bounce back outing, matching the amount of hits over his last same amount of innings. So we have got to do better. We're coming in a little cold. This is about 2 weeks from the last episode when we were in San Diego. So that still blows my mind that the NBA has something like that, where if a player just refuses to play, they can get paid.
Fought off foul.
Seems like a really dumb thing for them to have. Look at me, I'm a whiny basketball player. I don't take responsibility for myself. My life is so hard. They don't pass me the ball enough. God, such.
Since you're heading to count 1-2.
You want to talk about entitlement?
That's where you get hurt.
That's entitlement right there.
Fouls it off. Still 1 and 2.
They released him. There's still stories I've heard about players not playing.
On the ground to the left, Odell.
Oh, baby Odell, good play to start off the game.
In time. 1 out in the top of the first.
1 down.
And here now, the lineup for the Royals. All right, Siggy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
Well, in this day and age, if you can't slug and get on base, that OPS has to be at a certain level.
A lot of
If
the
you're
same
gonna
guys we
produce
saw in the
runs,
franchise
give your
still on this
pitchers an
team.
opportunity as they're facing tough offenses as well.
They have not called up Jack Caglione yet.
Garcia steps in for the Royals.
Here is Michael Garcia.
Fastball.
Really was so good defensively for us in that franchise last year. Was it won 5 straight Gold Gloves at third base?
And that's in for a strike. Gonna count 1 and 2.
I'm guessing the audio sounds good. I had to change something before I went live, and as far as I know, it didn't mess up anything.
Swing and a
Fly ball right
fly
center
ball
field.
out
Billy
towards
Cook out
right
there and
field.
right.
Makes the grab for the
Like the
second
grab.
out.
2 down.
Two down, base is empty. Bobby Witt Jr. steps in for the Royals.
Let's check out the defense for...
Matched
Hold
a
on.
homer in his last game.
Defense for the Pirates here tonight. Slightly different look here. Simpson, Robert, and Cook patrolling the outfield here tonight. Odell, Cruz, Chang, and Horwitz around the infield, giving Tamar Johnson a day off. Andy Rodriguez behind the plate. DHing, of course, is Brian Reynolds in support of Mitch Keller. So we're going to see a couple of players we haven't really seen tonight.
There's a strike, 95 of that one.
Billy Cook's having a better year. Not an all-star by any stretch, but he's not hitting 214, so
Just missed.
Gotta love that.
There. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
That's outside. And that's ball 2.
Bobby Witt Jr. I'll tell you what, Bobby. Don't you be having a game
Swings
off
and
me here
fouls
tonight.
one off. 2 out, space is empty.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Bobby Witt Jr. Here we go, Keller.
Lifted in the air,
That's
right
an
center
easy
field.
fly ball. Cook will grab it.
He's got it, and that'll
Good
end
1,
the
2,
inning.
3.
We'll go to the bottom of the first, 0-0.
Pirates coming up against, I think this guy was a prospect last year. Could be wrong.
Back here with my pal Singy. Today's starting pitcher, Luinder Avila. What do we need to
Luinder
know here
Avila.
about the right-hander?
And a guy like this is going to keep you in the ball game. He's going to go out there, compete.
I know he's at the bottom
Not
of the
gonna see a whole lot of
rotation.
flair
We'll take a
and
look at him.
flash, but he's going to hand it over to the bullpen at some point.
Let's take a look at Luinder Avila, 26-year-old, 70 overall righty. Fastball, slider, changeup, and 2-seamer. Stats don't really blow you away here, as he is a rookie. Don't know what if he was a top prospect for them or not, but this is his rookie season. Boy, only 1 win and 8 starts. That's rough. Don't know who his opponents were, but just take a quick look here. Seems like he really struggles to go 6 innings. It looks like he's only went 6 innings, 1 time. So maybe we could take advantage of that.
And if
We'll see. We're a really cold lineup at the moment.
So we'll see if he's able to do that for his club in this one.
Chandler Simpson, the leadoff batter, as he looks
Here's
at
Chandler
ball 1.
Simpson. Both teams coming tonight, first or second in the second or third in their respective wild card divisions.
Line drive.
Simpson continues to not get a hit to save his life.
Here's the Pirates lineup now. Their opponent on the mound today
He
does
is
run
out.
into some trouble finding the strike zone at times. So, Singy, I got to figure part of the plan, be patient, be selective today.
Yeah, coming in, regardless of, what that first inning's going to look like, his history. You don't want to help him out.
Here's
You've gotta be
Odell, who is
patient
really
and
cold.
Make sure that when you attack, that it's a pitch that you can do some damage with. Otherwise,
Average
just
has
build
dropped
up
down
some
to
traffic on the base paths,
209.
push across some easy runs, and perhaps get into some of
You're
those
going
gap
rookie of the
arms in
year. You got to do
bullpen.
better than this.
And here it comes.
And he's going to tattoo that ball to left field, and that is going to drop fair and head over the wall for an automatic double. Danny Odell
Really nice about getting
scoring
yourself
position.
An automatic double like that. You get to stroll into second base without having to worry about a throw or getting your uniform dirty. And now you're just looking for the next guy to kind of do the same
All right.
thing. Maybe put
We
one
are
the
in
gap
business.
so you can jog home as well.
We are in business.
Brian Reynolds here, 4th on the National League home run leaderboard. First pitch, and
Here
that's
is
in for a
Reynolds, 4th in home runs, huh? That kind of surprises me. He's only got 10, so might be really
strike.
down
Runner
there.
at second here in the second game of the series.
Wow.
There's a swing and a miss.
That did not look like a changeup.
Nice off speed, thought it was fastball, a little bit out in front.
Out of baby left field, that will drop in. We're going to hold
Doesn't stop, heads for home.
Odell at third. That was a good call.
Hits the brakes and hustles back to third.
The first move
Brian
felt like a
Reynolds,
bit of a guess.
runners on the corners,
Right
one
in
out.
those spots where things can get away from you awfully quickly.
Not going to test arms out here.
At the plate for Pittsburgh.
Speaking of the
Spencer
defense, let's look at the
Horwitz.
defense, shall we? We should be very familiar with this defense. If you followed the channel last year. Melendez in left, Bader in center, Weimer, in right field. Garcia, Bobby Witt, Bryson Stott, and Vinny Pasquantino, the Pasquatch. Your infielders, Freddie Fermin behind the plate. DHing is somebody. Nelson Velasquez is DHing for Luinder Avila. So, good opportunity here. Here is Horwitz.
Just missed.
He's looking for a ground ball.
Someone who is not cold.
Out of this jam.
Need you to hit it to the outfield, Spencer, if possible.
First and third, one down.
And he looks like he will do just that. And that will be caught.
Runner tags from third. And they'll score.
There comes Odell, and the Pirates lead 1-0. Sack fly for Spencer Horwitz. We'll take that. Good stuff, buddy.
So here's Robert now.
All right. So 2 down and 1 in. Here is Robert.
That misses.
Still hitting
He's
280.
the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
That
Had a
misses.
great game in the last
0-2.
episode against San Diego. He's ahead 2-0.
The delivery to Robert. Swing and a miss. Strike
That was
one.
late on that
I
one.
would throw him another breaking ball.
Yeah, and then Robert, we talk about how he's been, hit 4 out of his last 5 games. We'll take that. Yeah, he's 9 for 36, hitting a nice 250. We'll take that. 7 strikeouts and 36 at bats. A little too high, but he's definitely got the power, though. Or not the power. He's been hitting, I should say.
Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
2 outs. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2
Sitting
strikes.
fastball.
And he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Got changeup. Here's 2-2.
Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner from first. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
One on and 1 in. Just getting underway here in Pittsburgh.
And there's a ball.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score.
Spoils the 2-strike.
Andy
pitch.
Rodriguez
You'll
on
see
deck. Shall
another.
he get a chance to hit? Rodriguez
Battle
has
here.
a
About
potential
to be the
upgrade.
8th pitch of the at-bat.
Now a B potential. And Robert down the line. That's going to be a fair ball.
And it stays fair.
We're going to have to hold Reynolds at second base.
They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with
2 on
2
and 2
outs.
down. Robert stays hot.
Andy Rodriguez.
And here is Indy. It doesn't show it here, but he is now a B potential player, and that excites me to see if he can stay a B potential. I mean, he definitely deserves it. I mean, it's half the season last year behind Joey Bart, hit 302, and he's off to a good start this season, already passing his previous season home runs. So I think he definitely deserves it. Like a lot of our lineup, a little bit in a funk, hitting 194.
Yes. The next Pirate to hit.
And Boog, I'd say he's due.
And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball 1.
Be nice to get another run here.
One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity.
Facing
They're doing
a
that right here.
low starter. This will be a very good time for everyone to get hot. Woo! And that ball's tattooed to center field. And that's going to bounce in front of Bader. Here comes Reynolds. He will score 2-0 Pittsburgh. Andy Rodriguez staying hot.
I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage you're just hoping
Takes it
you get
right back
ball
up the middle.
right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
First and second, 2 outs. Stepping
Alrighty.
in, O'Neal Cruz. And that's in for a strike.
2 on, 2 out. Here's O'Neal Cruz, 231, also hitting a sub 200 in his last 40 at bats. And that's going to be hit. Nice play by the second baseman, and they just get Indy at second base. Good play by Bobby Witt. Pirates get 2.
PNC Park.
We go to the second.
2 and the Royals nothing.
Good start.
And welcome back to the ballpark.
So what's everybody doing for the 4th of July?
Now it'll be the cleanup hitter for the Royals, Nelson Velasquez.
Leave a comment. Happy 4th of July. Shoot off fireworks responsibly, okay? Don't be a jerk.
Foul ball there.
Here is Nelson Velasquez. I enjoyed using him last season.
Here's your 1.
I think in real life he's a free agent now.
Carl Dixon doing the umpiring behind the plate.
And Boog, I'm not sure if it's because he sort of sets up higher than most, but one thing to be aware of with Dixon is the high strike. Not usually a big deal because most players are swinging at pitches up there, but we may see some surprise looks from hitters from time to time because that's just so unusual.
All right, Keller, you got a 2-run lead here. Let's just have a nice, solid outing today. We're not asking for anything perfect. I believe we have an off day tomorrow, so bullpen should be ready to go. 1 second here. Close that. No one wants that. Yeah, Horton's probably not available. Everyone else seems like they're okay. Both of our lefties are available, which is great.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
Velasquez got that pop.
And it's fouled off.
Keller doesn't exactly have that velocity on his fastball to really live upstairs.
His bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off
Have
tough
to kind of
pitches.
throw it accordingly. That's a good sweeper, though.
It's a strikeout.
Gets Velasquez. That's his first strikeout of the night.
I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Our boy Keller.
Vinny Pasquantino steps in for the Royals.
Here comes the Pasquatch. Fan
Swing
favorite.
and a miss.
Fan favorite in the franchise last year. Rightfully so. We hit very well with him.
Ball one there.
I think he was the only guy on the team last year that had more walks than strikeouts in the franchise. Like, he was constantly having more walks than strikeouts. Is that true here? Okay, so it hasn't been true here, but in last year's game, in last year's franchise, yeah, Vinny Pasquantino took a lot of walks. And he's dangerous, too. He is dangerous. He's a free agent at the end of the year as well, so.
Out base is empty.
Be nice if we needed a first baseman, but we don't.
Knocks that one away. And
We'll see if
do
he
it
stays a Royal or if he goes somewhere else.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Ring him up there. Fastball inside corner.
Just couldn't pull the trigger on the
Second
fastball
strikeout for
right
Keller.
there,
2
and I
down.
don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
All right. Here comes MJ Melendez.
Digging in, MJ Melendez. And first offering is fouled off.
I think with the Royals franchise last year, we got 2 World Series titles. 3 if you count the one that I completely simmed.
That's through
I don't really
first
count
strike.
that one, but because I didn't do anything.
Next
But if you
one.
do want to count it, then there's 3. That's completely up to you.
And that's downstairs and outside.
They are
Really good
just
take, especially with 2 strikes.
taken, man. They are not fooled on that outside corner.
2 down, nobody on. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Still 2-2, man. Keller does have some strikeouts, but he hasn't really had that strikeout pitch.
Swing
Right on
and a
cue.
miss.
He's going to strike out the
And he
side.
strikes out the side here in the second. Nothing doing here this half.
Good
Now
inning
the
for
bottom of the
Keller.
second. It's the Pirates 2 and the Royals nothing.
Let's go bottom 2. Pirates got an early 2-0 lead.
Bottom half of inning number 2, and now Sung Chae Cheng.
And here is Sung Chae Chang. Not really known for his hitting, but he's going to rip that to right field, and that will be a fair ball.
Turn for second.
As
The throw
Chang
in,
will have a
and the
leadoff
bottom of the
double.
second starts with a double.
I was just going to say he's more of a defensive player, not much of a hitter. Giving Tamar Johnson the day off, though. Won't take advantage.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Billy
And here's Billy Cook. I talked about him in the pregame. You know, not superstar by any stretch, but he's leading off the season a lot better. 276. He's got 3 homers, 12 RBIs. Strikeout to walks are still not what you want to see. But, you know, I think he's found his role as a bench guy. And that's fine. If he wants to stay a bench player, and as long as he doesn't fall off a cliff, he's probably going to be with this team for quite a while. I really don't think that he's going to demand a whole lot of money.
Cook will hit next.
Let's see what he does
Good
here.
Power, not great in the OBP department. Just missed.
I highlighted on X in the Discord about how the previous hitting coach, you know, changed his approach at the plate, you know.
At second
Made him
with
stand a
nobody
little
out.
more straighter up, bend the knee a little less.
And a foul
It's proven
ball.
dividends, you know, compared to where he was at.
Man at second. Little chopper rolls foul.
Fortunately, he's still not taking advantage of those pitches down the middle like he should.
Just misses.
Good
And
take.
now 2 balls and 2
2-2 to
strikes.
Cook.
Cut on and miss. Struck him
Fastball
out.
slightly above the
Not
zone.
what you're looking for
Cook
after
will
the
strike
leadoff
out.
double. A strikeout.
First strikeout for
And
Avila.
there's one away.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball.
Hey, man,
2-strike
anything
situation,
longer than
it's
3
just
pitches
become
is a good
such
at-bat.
Problem for hitters in more recent years. I mean, with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip.
Here comes
on the
Chandler
baseball.
Simpson.
Those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing.
Poor guy can't buy a hit. Be nice to have one here.
Difficult to get the barrel on it.
Got decent speed at second base, 77 rated speed for Mr. Chang.
Runner at second here, one gone. The next pitch misses. One ball, one
I'm
strike.
indeed very stubborn. Chandler Simpson's going to be our leadoff guy, no matter what.
That one the
And that's
other
off
way.
the glove of the third baseman. And Simpson will beat that out. Ooh, nice try by Michael over there. We're going to roll that a base hit. If that would have been anyone else, he probably would have been out. A nice job by Simpson to run that ball out. Don't just assume he's going to catch it. Attaboy, there's your hit, by the way.
Danny Odell getting ready to hit.
There's your play. Guess we won't look at it.
Doubled his first time. Sliced
Ooh,
hard,
and
but
Odell
foul.
gets a first pitch fastball, and he's going to sting it foul.
Runners at first and second with one gone. Bottom half of inning number 2.
Woo! And Odell stings that ball right center field off the top of the wall. One run's going to score. Here comes Simpson on his heels. 2-run double, Danny Odell. Got an Odell double. 4-0 Pittsburgh. There's the rookie. Just missed a home run. Boosh. He's got a good swing, man. He really does have a good swing. I think this ball may have bounced off that elevated wall. It absolutely did. It wouldn't have been a home run anyway, but that ball was absolutely tattooed. Now, you weren't going to get Simpson, man. We were going to wave him in no matter what. Odell knew. He's like, yeah, I'm the #1 prospect, baby. What do you expect? I'm going to hit the ball hard.
Runner at second.
2 doubles already on the
From
night for
Pittsburgh
Odell,
is
and
the
we're only in the
DH,
second inning.
Ryan Reynolds. 0-1.
Here's Reynolds.
0-1's the count.
He had a single.
Swing at a high
Ball
fly
left
to
field. Melendez will
He's
grab
there.
it.
He's got it. 2 down.
Odell runs back to second base.
And now Spencer Horwitz.
All right. Here's Spencer. 2 out, 2 in. We should get a win. Let's do it. That's a ground ball, and that will be an easy play. Spencer is out. But hey, there's our boy Danny Odell, doubling our lead.
It's now a 4-0
4-0 Pittsburgh after 2.
You're dialed into the show. On to
Telling
the
you,
third
man, Odell's
inning.
gonna be
So
quite
up
a
now
player.
for Kansas City, Freddie Fermin. Fermin hitting 7th in
He is
today's
going to
lineup,
be
and he's been on a
quite
good
a player.
run at the plate, hitting over 300 in his last 10 games. And that one clips the corner.
0-1.
And here is Freddie. Ferminator.
This to
Ground ball,
third.
Odell, plenty of time.
Sends it to first.
One out.
Leadoff man retired here in the third. And next up for the Royals, Joey Weimer.
Not getting the results he's wanted at the plate recently. Only 2 hits over the last 5 games.
Joey Weimer, isn't he a Brewer?
That one misses, and that is...
I think he's a Brewer, isn't he? Oh, I guess he's a Royal in real life. I did not know that. Pretty good player. Good against lefties.
Ball 1.
So it is raining here in Pittsburgh. Got to keep an eye on that. Ground ball, Odell.
And that one handled.
Didn't exactly take the right angle there, but still gets the out. 2 down.
So here's Bader now.
Boog, this guy's just a tremendously talented center fielder. Gold Glove caliber type out there. Offensively, he
Harrison
can do some
Bader.
things, but, also has some streakiness as well. I think the key is just trying to find a way for him to be consistent day in and day out.
one.
He saves runs in the outfield, so that's
You're up by 4. Pound the zone, Keller.
Out at the dish.
These Royals are also not hitting the ball very well, so something that both of us have in common.
Two outs.
Pop them up.
Pop up. Foul territory for the catcher. Makes the grab.
Andy will grab it.
9 straight
Keller
retired here to start the game. It's the Pirates
gets through
4,
the lineup
and
the first
Royals
time.
Nothing.
4-0 Pirates. I'm so glad we're hitting good. I haven't changed anything. I know I talked about changing the sliders a couple episodes ago.
Back here at PNC Park, and now
never
it's
did.
Luis Robert.
Well, he's back out here for the 3rd, and after the first couple of innings, pretty rough. I think the skipper's looking for him to give him a little bit of length, see if he can save the bullpen some.
Oof.
Swings through that one.
No, I think this is an important inning on the mound for him.
Here's
in this
Robert
game.
leading
He's gotta
off.
find a way to settle things down and give some length in this start.
And there's a foul ball.
I think Robert's even... I don't think he's been in a slump. No, we talked about him at 250. So, got a hit here today, so.
That one way outside. Now 1-2.
Outside, 1-2. Well, not really a lot to talk about when it comes to the trade market. Robert gets
Swing and
jammed.
the ball popped up. For me.
Calling off his pitcher.
Brings it in.
He'll glove it, 1 down. But there's really not a lot on the trade block to really look into. We may be looking out for a reliever.
Andy Rodriguez, the next
I think our starting pitcher, or starting pitching is just fine.
Last time up. Just missed.
But I think we got a solid team. The bench is okay. If I had to be really picky, I would maybe suggest us finding a power bat to come off the bench. But other than that,
ahead 2-0, he's put himself in a really good spot.
That one's spoiled, and
did I hear Bob Nutting say
Countdown 2-1.
only untouchables in the Pirates are Paul Skeens and Andrew McCutchen? Starting speculation about O'Neal Cruz. I don't know, man. Like, you think O'Neal Cruz is one of those guys as well that should be an untouchable.
that's down and in.
Wow.
Comes up empty. That's
But, you know,
strike 2.
his lack of defense out there in center field and these lack of hustle stories that he's had, you know, it just seems like a pretty hard thing to trade, you know. Wow, way to go, Cubs. Get a runners on the corners with nobody out, and you strike out 3 times in a row. Woo, there's the Cubs I like. Heads
On
up.
the
That's
ground
foul ball.
right side. And foul ball.
But I wonder, though. I mean, do you actually consider trading him? Because you know the prospect haul for him is going to be
One
great.
down, base is empty. On the ground.
Indy will
Stop.
ground out to Stott.
And
Yeah.
2 straight set down to begin the
You know, you're not
bottom
going
of
to
the
compete
third.
anytime soon, if ever. So, like, do you trade Cruz now and take your chances with prospects?
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the shortstop at the plate. O'Neal Cruz. He's 0 for 1. Pitch misses. 1-0.
Now, of course, we are not going to trade Cruz unless we go into a complete, what I call, blow-up mode. But I don't see us doing that.
Backed off the plate that time.
Ryan Reynolds. Well, there's been links between the Cubs and the Pirates about getting Keller and Bednar, which I don't think they should do.
Swing and a base hit.
You know, I think the Cubs should trust Palencia a
And
little
that
more.
keeps the inning alive.
But that's just me. I'm just an armchair guy.
Up next for the Pirates,
Because the Cubs are looking for starting
a
pitching and
double
bullpen.
And a run scored his first time up.
You got a couple teams that could offer something like that. You know, the Pirates being one of them. The Twins are being another team. But and maybe the Cardinals, you know, with if they fall out of it, and Helsley, you know, he could be a hot commodity.
Runner on the go.
There goes Cruz as the ball's going to get away, and he will just stroll into second base.
And there's no throw. He's in there at second with a
Cubs are
stolen
going to get
base.
Sandy. I don't know. They might. There's other teams that are going to want him. The Braves are probably going to want him.
Outside low. 2-1.
Well, the good thing so far is that he has.
Heck,
an
I mean, I saw a
issue
thing where the
with
Orioles, you know,
passes.
could make a play at him,
Unfortunately, they're
but
making pretty good contact, so not getting
I don't
the
know
swings
exactly
and
why the
misses
Orioles would.
and
but-
making that defense work behind him.
Next offer
Actually, I
is
take that
in
back.
for a
It
strike.
could make some sense for the Orioles to get him. Swing and a miss.
Thrown
Chang
in,
strikes
that's a
out.
strikeout. 1 hit, 1 left. On to
We
inning
do not
number
score.
4. It's
For
the
nothing.
Pirates 4 and the Royals nothing.
Think the Braves are going to sell? I just don't know who they're going to exactly sell. I mean, a lot of those guys are in big contracts, so I mean,
Back here in Pittsburgh, John Shambi with
I don't
Chris
exactly know
Singleton,
who you
and
would
set to
sell
lead off the fourth,
that you
Bryson
could properly
Stott.
replace.
Keller back to work. Trying to bunt
Going
his
for
way
a
out.
bunt, but Odell
With the
can't
bare
grab it.
hand. Safe at first, no
Well,
play.
there's always that type of
We'll see
play.
how they score this.
It doesn't surprise anyone when he gets on base by dropping down.
We're going to say the
ball.
rain had a play in
This
that
is
one.
just the latest example of him using his speed to his advantage and
They're going to give him a hit on that
showing
one.
off his skills with the bat. That was very nice.
But yeah, we're going to say the rain, but man, Danny Odell had that scouted out, man. He was running. Yeah, look at that. Even before he was bunting the ball, Odell was breaking toward the plate. So good play. Just a slippery ball. Whoop. I think he would have had him too. About Batista was the Cubs. Yeah, I mean, if that's true, that wouldn't surprise me.
And at first, nobody
The Cubs
out.
are going to call a
Down
lot
to
of
third
teams
baseman,
when it comes
Michael
to a
Garcia.
closer.
Knee high, that's in for a strike.
Oh, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your
I think
first
the
pitches
Cubs are
strikes.
absolutely
He might
going
be
to
able
land a
go the distance
closer.
if he keeps
I
this
just
up.
don't know who.
Stop. Gets his lead at
What's
first.
up, Mark?
Nobody out.
Yeah, happy late. I know this is a day late, but happy late Canada Day for all my Canadian friends and viewers out there.
Here's the pitch.
Stott on the go.
There's the ball.
And he's thrown not in
Second,
time.
save.
That's 7 stolen base for Bryson Stott.
Siggy, he definitely
Oh, hello,
showed off
Mark.
the wheels there.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a bang-bang play. StatCast gives us the data, and that stolen base wasn't possible without that
Did you do
sprint
anything for
speed.
Canada today?
Keller ready to fire now.
Oof,
Swinging a foul
that
straight
was a bad
back.
pitch.
No outs. Runner on second.
7 RBIs for Springer. I saw that grand slam he hit. Woo!
Swings through that one. It's a
Got the sweeper
strikeout.
working early. Garcia will strike out. Number 4 for Keller.
You can't really do much damage, but it's close enough to where you got to protect, and he just couldn't find a way to fight it off.
Now here's Bobby
Man, did
Witt
the Brewers
Jr.
win again
Flying to
today?
right his first time.
You know, Boog, this is a player with some serious speed. In 2023,
Woo,
he's the
Bobby.
first player in
We made a
20
mistake
years
there,
to
but
record
thankfully
2
it will not hurt
hits
us.
and an inside the park home run in
Robert
the
will
same
grab
game.
it.
Puts it
2
away
down.
for the out. 2 down.
Played some actual baseball. Yeah, my game got canceled
Nelson
Monday, so I didn't get to play.
Velasquez. Now at the plate, struck out swinging.
It rained for 3 minutes, and they canceled it.
And that misses.
It was actually pretty infuriating.
And it's 1-0.
I'm thinking about going to a pitching cage tomorrow just for fun. Maybe when I get off work.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
I might bring some clothes to change into and go to a low batting or a pitching cage. Man,
Gets a piece and stays alive.
that ball hit about 3 miles into the air.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
1-2, Bryson Stott at second. And that's a
On the
ground
ground
ball,
to third.
Odell.
Zips it
Throw out
across.
Velasquez.
He's thrown 4
Good inning.
shutout innings. So 1 left for Kansas City. They trail it here 4-0.
Wasn't a hit because, hey, we're not official scorers. Call it a hit.
And we're back. Bottom 4 at the plate. for
Congratulations on your
Pittsburgh,
hit,
Billy
dude.
Cook.
Ooh.
Swing and a miss.
That was a
There's
cookie.
the slider. It's 0-1. Activity in the
Bullpen
Kansas
cranking
City
up for
bullpen.
Kansas
Daniel
City.
Lynch, the
Daniel
lefty,
Lynch
looks to
and
be getting
Alec
himself
Jacob.
ready. Jacob also getting ready. That one's upstairs, ball 1.
Video of
Well, he
Rhino
hasn't quite
Hurd
settled
calling his
in out
mother.
there. 4
Tell her he made
runs
the
in
All-Star team
3
as a
innings.
starter.
He's going to have some quick.
Really?
1,
He
2,
made the
3
team?
innings
I
to
thought
pitch
he wasn't
deep into
doing well
ball
this
game.
year.
Yeah, big swing and a miss.
Billy
He
Cook
has a
swinging and a miss.
tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Atta baby Cook up the middle.
Snakes
Right past
through,
Bobby
base
Witt
hit.
Jr.
And a good start to the
And
inning.
Billy Cookus gets a hit.
And the Royals manager
And that's
making
gonna
his
be
way
it.
towards the mound now as he will make the move. Luinder Avila will depart.
They're
and
gonna
it's
pull
be a
Avila,
start that
probably
he'd
bring
like
in
to get a
Lynch here.
redo on. Not his best. Back with the new arm in
We
a
got
minute.
the top of the lineup coming up. So lefty, it's probably going to be Lynch. And it
So
is.
they turn to the lefty in this spot, Daniel Lynch.
Boy, Daniel Lynch was so
And
good
as
for us in the
relievers
Royals
go,
franchise.
He's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution.
Having a good
are
start this
huge for
season
him.
as well as a reliever. 2-0 record in 17 innings, a 2.08 ERA.
Digging in, it's
All right, our buddy Daniel Lynch, 31-year-old lefty. Fastball, slider, change, sinker, and a curveball. Curveball. So. Whoop. Free agent at the end of the year. I like Daniel Lynch. He was good. Oh, is he? One of the Cubs have called about. I've not heard about that one. I'll tell you this, though. The Cubs would do a lot better if they would let Michael Busch hit against lefties, but they keep starting Justin Turner whenever there's
the
a lefty
speedy
on the mound.
outfielder, Chandler Simpson.
Bugs me to death.
Yeah, that's in for a strike.
What's O'Hearn's numbers?
He's 0-1.
That's good for him, though.
Steal
I'm glad he's
situation,
starting.
But that's not your average catcher behind the dish. You have to be careful here.
Man, right down the middle there.
Strike.
This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get one out first. It's going to be tough to get two with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
0-2 to Simpson.
Runner takes off.
Wow.
Attempt misses.
And Simpson tried to bunt, but unfortunately that ball was at his face. So he will strike out, but Billy Cook will take second on the play.
Now here is Danny Odell.
A chance for more damage.
Here's
right
Odell.
Here. A couple of RBIs for him in his last AB.
2 at-bats, 2 doubles. Whew.
Hit in the air.
Tattoos that ball,
Bader should have
but hits it right under it. So a loud second
and he's
out.
2 away.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2
Man.
outs. That is an excellent pace.
So, man aboard. Ryan Reynolds digs in now.
There's Reynolds.
That's off the mark. Ball 1.
Did anybody else from the Orioles get All-Star votes?
That one missed.
Wow, that's not a strike. Oh, holy smokes.
Foul ball.
There was a joke post going around that Nico Horner was invited to be in the home run derby this year.
Man on second, 2 down.
Reynolds!
This
Wow,
to
good pick
third.
by Macael Garcia.
Fires
he will
across
throw
the
out
diamond,
Reynolds.
And they take care of Reynolds.
Daniel
for the out.
Lynch, the fourth.
And that'll do it. So no runs here in
Takes
a base
care of
hit,
business.
No errors, and 1 left.
4-0
On to the
to
top of the
Pirates.
5th we go. It's the Pirates 4 and the Royals nothing.
Mark, I saw Vladdy got chosen for the All-Star game.
Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far.
Boy, Luindo to Avila. Tough day for the rookie. 3 innings, 4 runs, 9 hits. Doesn't walk anyone. Strikes out 2. Mitch Keller having a good 4 innings so far. 295 batting average, 11 home runs, 30 RBIs. Okay, then I am 100% absolutely mixing him up with someone else. Good for him.
Swings through the fastball up in the zone.
Well, these Royals just aren't putting together very many good at-bats in this one. Just 1 base runner to this point, and it's not exactly early anymore. They have guys in this lineup.
Yeah, Ryan
capable
O'Hurt.
of
I know who you're
sparking
talking about.
something, but it just hasn't happened for them yet.
That ball hanging it, and they
Into
banged it
center,
up the
base
middle
hit.
for Vinny
Man aboard
Pasquantino.
on the leadoff single.
Is it bad that I'm more interested in the Futures game than the actual
Dominant
All-Star game?
performance for him today, Boog. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
So up next, MJ Melendez. His first at-bat was a strikeout.
What just happened? What are they talking about? First off, good play there. Oh my gosh, did Shaw not touch first? Oh man, the Cubs are really good at... Oh my gosh. I don't know how this Cubs team is 14 games over 500. I really do not know.
That one
Fly
drilled
ball left field. Simpson.
Nice grab as he reached
Make
down
the
to
play,
make
one
the
down.
play.
I think in yesterday's game, the Cubs got picked off twice in 1
And
inning.
here's the catcher, Freddie Fermin. Grounded out his first time.
Oh, that's going to get away.
Oh, right to the backstop.
And that will enable Vinny to take second. So there goes the double play ball. He was
Well,
DFA'd
that right
by the
there
Royals.
raises the chance at the inning-ending double play. So good job on the bases to move up on the wild pitch. Changes the outlook.
I mean, you guys got a steal, right? I mean, Ronald Hearn is definitely a power bat. And the rookies will find their way. Or the young players, I should say. They're not really rookies necessarily anymore. But they'll find their way. Who's managing the Orioles now? It's not Brendan Hyde anymore. I can't remember the guy's name. Come on, Mitch.
One out and a runner at second, and we're at the top of the fifth.
First runner in scoring position here for the Royals.
Fights that one away, still 1-2.
1-2 to Freddie Fermin.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
He's fouling everything off. Tony Manzolino. Who was he before the manager? Like, what did he do?
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Man at second. Just
Good take,
off the
2-2.
outside edge. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count.
Third base coach.
Fights it off.
Boy,
You'll
Freddie
see
Fermin
another.
is really annoying. Love you, Freddie.
9th pitch of the at-bat due next.
Well, I heard the Orioles are 500. Or they're playing 500 ball or something since Hyde was let go.
And there's the ball.
Wow.
4-2 aboard.
What a bat by Freddie Fermin.
Well, that's a nice job of
Fouls
grinding
off
out
like
that
18
at-bat. Saw a
pitches.
lot
Doesn't
of
take any.
pitches and
Doesn't swing
ends up
anything
on the wall.
borderline.
Very gritty.
2 on, 1 out.
First and
Joey
second.
Wiemer steps
1 out.
in for the Royals. Grounded out his first time up.
Let's go have a chit chat here. Four or 5. Do you think that's really the difference? I mean, do you think that's honestly the difference between the Royals succeeding and not succeeding? Was getting rid of Brendan Hyde? He was a great coach when he was on the Cubs. But I just think I think he'll get another job. But he got thrown into a situation that he kind of wasn't ready for. All right.
Right through there for a
1 to
strike.
Wiemer.
Here's an opportunity. If you're going to get back in this game, you have to take advantage of this situation. This feels like
Good
a
news
chance.
is double play ball's back in order.
0-1 down. And
1-2.
strike 2.
0-2 is the count.
Yeah, Michael. Yeah, Elias is just not doing enough.
2 on, 1 out.
Atta boy.
Misses,
Go back to that
it's a
sweeper.
strikeout.
He's really good hitting
Was
the
that 5
baseball the
strikeouts?
other
I
way.
believe 4 out of his 5
credit the pitcher
strikeouts
for
have been on the
having him out in
sweeper,
front
so
of
that pitch is working.
Clearly, he had him fooled.
2 down.
And now Bader up to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Just
1-0.
missed. Pasquantino on second. Fermin on at first with 2 down. outside corner. There's a strike.
Man, that's a strike, huh? That's interesting. Let's get somebody ready to go. I don't exactly know who to get ready. One ball, one strike here to Harrison Bader.
In
One
there.
ball, two strikes.
And so now 1-2.
But you can't completely do it without that. You can't rebuild an organization after you've rebuilt them and have to spend money. Yeah. I mean, look at how the Cubs did it. Yeah, they tanked for about 10 years. That ball's up the middle. That will get through. Pasquantino coming home. Throw from Robert offline. I don't know where Indy's going. RBI single, Harrison Bader. Royals on the board. Kind of saw that coming.
Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Yeah, you say that so much, but I disagree with you. It's not the analytics themselves that's ruining baseball. It's how much people rely on it. It's not the actual analytics.
And that's in there at the knees.
Like the Cubs are doing it here. I'll give you a prime example. The Cubs have a winning record with, I don't know the exact numbers, but when Michael Busch starts games for the Cubs have a winning record. When they start Justin Turner instead of Michael Busch, they have a losing record. And yet, when lefties start for the opposing team, they always tend to see it, tend to sit Michael Busch out.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Oh, okay. I got you. But... Ooh, good pitch.
Good job of damage control right there. Two men left stranded, but they do push across.
Stott is out.
Half of the fifth coming up. It's the Pirates 4.
Royals get on the board. But Keller settles in. 4-1 Pirates. Let's go bottom 5.
Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Looks like the Red Sox are winning the East right now. All right, what do we got here? Righty, righty, righty. I would really like... We're probably going to say that's it for Keller. We need a righty to pitch. Holderman has been an absolute wreck. I'm going to have to make a decision on Colin Holderman soon. Let's get Kyle Nicholas in for the 6th. So here's Horwitz leaning off. Daniel Lynch out there. Probably going to eat a couple more innings.
First pitch misses.
You know, these Pirates putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
Woo!
Late swing, foul to the left.
PCA, my dude, what was that? Why don't you slide, bro? I'm going to sound like one of them frat boys. Why don't you slide, bruh? I don't know if the third base coach didn't tell him to slide or what, but... Man, the Cubs have been sloppy on the bases.
Swings through that.
Swing and a miss.
For strike 2.
2-2 to Spencer Horwitz. You know, if we did end up, slumping, Spencer Horwitz could be a trade candidate. He's only 4 years with the team. we'd get back a nice prospect haul for him. But it would just depend on the market. But I don't think we're going to fall like that.
That pitch just misses the inside corner, and it's 3-2. Headed towards the corner.
Left field, Melendez runs it down. Nice play out there in left field.
I love watching an outfielder take on the
I did see that. That's pretty wicked.
It's a lot easier to watch.
Him and Roman Reigns.
That can be painful in the end. You know the wall's coming
Roman
up
Reigns
quickly,
turning into
so
Mr.
you
Hollywood.
have to maintain concentration and able to make that catch and hold on to it after contact.
Robert, the next to hit, takes ball.
Here's a question, Charm. What happened to Austin Theory? Is he still in WWE?
Next offering upstairs. Swings and misses and one down below the zone.
Filthy changeup right there.
His cousin can open a lot of doors for him, yeah.
One down, base is empty.
You can lie to me if you want, but that would kind of negate me asking you the question. Okay, hold on. I gotta see what happened here. Oh, that's why the third base coach was... Okay, I don't blame PCA for that one at all. Third base coach was like almost at home plate. He wasn't know what he's supposed to do. My guy, you got to keep your position. I don't blame PCA for that one. Ah.
And a pop-up. Right
I was late on that one.
Territory. Pasquantino pulls it in for the out.
Two down.
Two away. Andy Rodriguez, the next Pirate to hit. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun
I
to
thought
watch
you
him
left that job.
Control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller. Good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. And the first pitch misses for ball one.
Yeah, and because he's got the big arm, he pays attention to the running game and is sure to manage it.
And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even.
Good sinker, 1-1.
Can throw like that. A pitcher doesn't.
Yeah, I don't
have
want
to
you to say
worry
anything
as
that'll get
much
you in
about
trouble
the
by any
slide
stretch.
step. He can keep his mechanics intact and have a better opportunity of getting that hitter out with a swing and miss.
And there's the
That's a
strike.
good pitch, man. I keep thinking it's going to go off the plate.
1-2.
1-2.
Swing,
Indy,
ball
center
hit out
field.
towards
That should
center
be
field.
run down.
And that is that.
Halfway done here in Pittsburgh. 4-1 Pirates. That'll close the book on Mitch Keller's day. Let's go to the 6th. We're going to bring in Kyle Nicholas.
We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Kyle Nicholas.
And this is an important part of this game.
This guy still hasn't exactly lived up to expectation.
They're looking for a big outing out of him right here
But
to get some critical outs.
need him to
So
start.
digging in, Michael Garcia. 0 for 2 in this one.
Let's see. 29 subscribers away from 1,300. I feel like the channel's struggling a little bit. Oh, my watch time drops no matter what, man. I just give up on that stuff. YouTube keeps taking away my views on some of my videos and stuff. So, to be honest, I don't really care anymore. I just don't.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Recognize the break on that pitch early, and
I don't understand how I'll put up a short and then it starts off with 1,800 views, and then I check 2 hours later, and then it's down to 1,200.
And to the plate for Kansas City, Bobby Witt Jr.
And it does that on all my shorts,
Now
too.
this team is
So,
definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important.
I don't know, though.
getting
I mean,
back into this
I don't really
market.
care about my numbers anymore. I really sincerely don't. I'm just going to keep doing this until I get bored.
Man, 91 on the slider
And
right
if I
there. That's a
get
hard
bored, I'll
one.
make a video saying, hey, I'm retiring from streaming. Appreciate you guys.
Garcia on at first, nobody out. Foul ball still 0-2.
But yeah, no, I don't care about my numbers anymore.
Nicholas picks over.
I appreciate
They're
everyone that helps
standing.
contribute to them. I really do. I'm not saying don't, but
Be very aggressive in the
I'm not one of those
secondary.
hungry
Consider not a
YouTubers
power
that's like,
guy.
hey, I want
Wanna make
1,000.
sure
I
that
want
you
2,000.
get some length on the second
Bobby Witt
base
strikes
and
out.
perhaps score a ball in the gap. Wow, just great bite to that slide.
I've been doing this for 10 years.
Out of the zone, and
If
he
I
just
was
couldn't
going to
hold
be
up the
successful on
swing.
YouTube,
You know, as a hitter,
either
that
I would have
pitch is
found a way to do
really
it by
hard
now,
to
or it
take,
would have
and
happened.
There's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to
And
get
that's
run
fine.
up by the umpire.
So now here's the DH, Nelson Velasquez.
All right. Here's Velasquez.
Nicholas, a
Gotta be
righty
careful.
that throws with power.
No one, no
He
strike.
features a four-seam fastball, a slider, and he occasionally uses a curve.
You know, to be honest, not to make this sound like an excuse or anything, because it's not. But the way my lifestyle is,
That one finds
I don't think
the
I'd be a
zone,
fit to
and
be a
it's
successful
1-1.
YouTuber.
Good approach right there. You want to get something just
I really
a little
don't.
higher that you can elevate. Stay out of that double play.
Ooh, caught him leaning.
And he's back in on a dive.
Back, though.
Man at first, one away. Late
Yeah, watch
swing, foul
time.
ball.
I mean, the only reason I encourage people to like these videos is so, you know, just to get it out to other people who like franchise. That's it. I mean, if people
Puts
like
in
it,
the air out towards
oh,
left
come on, catch
center.
that. Attaboy Simpson.
Puts it away for the out.
2 down.
And there's 2 down.
But like, if people like it and they want to subscribe, hey, that's great. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. And if people watch it and they're like, this guy's not for me, well, there's like a billion
Going
other
down for
YouTubers
Kansas
out
City,
there.
Vinny Pasquantino.
It's really fine.
1 for 2.
If it's meant to happen, it's meant to happen. In the dirt, good stop by Indy.
In the dirt, but kept close. The Royals trailing by 3, and we're the top half of the 6th.
I think, let me put it this way. I think the way things are going right now,
Next offering
I
is
don't
in
plan
for
on
strike.
doing this.
Well, this looks like
Let me
it's
make
gonna
that
be a wasted
perfectly clear.
opportunity. It's frustrating when you get the
But
leadoff man on,
I
but you can't
think
get him into scoring position.
there are
Maybe a
better
big
chances
knock.
of me
Try to put that ball
retiring
on the
from
board.
doing this before I reach 500 subscribers.
And a foul ball.
And if that's the way it is, that's the way it is. There's way better content creators out there that deserve everything that they do.
Foul ball still a 1-2 count.
But I've been doing this for 10 years, man. I've done it because it's fun. Attaboy.
And ring him up,
Kyle
says
Nicholas
Carl
strikes out
Dixon.
Pasquantino.
That's
Gives up a hit,
strikeout.
but nothing
They
else.
get a leadoff
Good
single,
inning
but
for
leave
him.
stranded.
Bottom
7,
6 we
8,
go.
9 due up in the home half of the inning. It's the Pirates 4 and the Royals
But yeah,
1.
I mean, I don't know how else to expand on that. It's just, I've had a good time, and if I decide to call it quits
And we'll
next
go
year,
back to the ballpark.
which I don't
And down
plan
the
to,
shortstop, O'Neal Cruz.
but, you know, if I do decide to call it quits next year, I'm not just going to disappear. I'm going to let people know, and dang.
Swing and a high fly
First pitch
ball
swinging
out
for
there
Cruz.
towards
Looks like
left
he's going to
field.
fly out. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Melendez makes the grab, and there's 1 down.
I think there was one time last year where I thought about just going away.
Sung Chae Cheng, the next Pirate to hit.
Like just kind of just stealthily leaving. But I didn't do that because mostly Vanessa said for me not to.
And there's a strike.
You know, she told me that she would be upset with me if I stopped doing this.
Left-handed breaking ball.
Because she supports me. I mean, she supports me. She's like the perfect woman. And she supports me in every way. And man, Chang strikes out. Daniel Lynch really is shutting us down since coming in.
Pretty big contrast in that at bat. First couple
of
pitches down in the zone, and those are competitive pitches, so you have to respect it as a
pro wrestling. Nah,
strikes,
I wouldn't mind being like a social media person for the company you're talking about. I don't know if I'd be very good at it, but it would just be fun to, you know, try something like that. Let's see. Do we want Puck here? No, we're going to bring in Little for the next inning. Here's Billy Cook. 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Scores 4-1 in favor of Pittsburgh. And Billy Cook up the middle.
That's a base hit.
How about 2 hits tonight for Billy Cook?
And that extends the inning.
Nicely done, sir. We're turning him around.
So the lineup flips over, and stepping in is the speedy Chandler Simpson. 1 for 3.
I think whoever does social media for that company is very good. I don't think I could do a better job. But it would just be fun to figure out something funny to do. Man.
Swing and a pop-up in foul ground.
Chandler Simpson just cannot get a hit.
And that is that.
Daniel Lynch is really shutting us down.
So 1 left for Pittsburgh as they hold on to a 4-1 lead.
Let's go to the 7th. But I think part of the reason that I'm not, quote unquote, and I use this term very lightly, successful on YouTube is because I don't follow the guidelines. And I'm not making that sound like I'm some kind of, you know, revolutionary or anything. But like, I don't do stupid thumbnails where I go, oh my god, or I don't overreact to, I don't fake my stuff. I'll put it that way. And I don't act like some of these MLB The Show streamers where they're just like, yeah, I'm such a tough guy. Yeah, what's up, man? Or how you doing, dog? Yeah. Oh, yeah, she crazy, man. Like, I don't understand. Those people are so cringy. They're cringy. They are. They're cringy. You're playing a baseball game online. You're not a tough guy. Okay? You're not. I'm not a tough guy either. But at least I'm, you know, man enough to admit it. And that's probably why people don't, you know, look at me favorably compared to other broadcasters.
Stays alive.
In today's world, it's cool to be a dickhead, and that sucks. You know, that's such a bad way to raise everything. Ooh, I was in dirt.
That's in the dirt.
All right, man. We'll see you later. Appreciate you stopping in.
And that one is
There's fly ball center field. Robert. 1 out.
1 up, 1 down. Freddie Fermin will hit next.
Home run derby. Have a watch along with that. That'd be fun. All right, here's Freddie Fermin. 1 out here in the 7th. Brandon Little.
Strike on the
Rule 5
corner.
pick here in the 7th inning.
A bit of a dance. Strike 1 here, but a few more pitches. We'll see how it turns out.
Base is empty, 1
Really
away
like his
here in the
curveball.
top half of inning number 7.
I say that and he hangs it,
Left side.
but that will not go anywhere except into Simpson's glove. 2 down.
Two down, base is empty. Now here is Joey Weimer.
All right, here's Joey Weimer.
That misses, and that's ball 1.
Oh, Nico, what are you swinging at there, bud?
2 down, nobody on. And that's outside.
2-0.
Now 2-0.
I feel as though we could definitely improve the bullpen in some ways. I don't exactly know what we need yet. I'll have to wait until like June to figure it out.
2 outs. Tap foul at the plate.
I know a weak spot in our bullpen, and that's definitely going to be what's his name? Holderman.
2-2.
Ground ball.
To short,
Cruz.
Cruz.
Nice play.
Tosses
Oh, that
to
rocket
first.
arm.
Third out, that
Throws
ends
out
the
Weimer.
frame. Royals bats are quiet
Little has a
there.
1-2-3
And this
inning.
is still a 4-1
Bottom 7 we
ball
go
game.
here in Pittsburgh. 4-1.
Welcome back as we take a look
Hey,
at
look at
their
the upcoming schedule there. We got 3 against the Cubs, get an off day, and we face the Brewers. That might be the next episode. We may take on the Brewers. Because they're in first place. They're a good team. Unless we're sick of seeing the Brewers. I don't know.
Lynch back to work. Misses off the
outside.
plate, and that's ball 1.
Here's Odell. 2 for 3 with 2 doubles.
Swing and a miss.
Good changeup.
Got a ball, 1 strike.
Good changeup by Daniel Lynch. 1-1.
That one at 95 missed up top.
Let's see. Who do we want
2-1.
for the 8th inning here? We got 9, 1, and 2 due up. We'll let Holderman get a shot. He is on a very short leash, I would say. Wow, gonna call that, huh? Woo, that's a tough pitch. 2-2. Odell, line drive right to shortstop.
Swing.
Nice play by Bobby.
Solid contact. That ball was
100 mile an hour off the bat.
A little more lift to get into the outfield gap. Maybe a little more.
Let's hit it to the wrong guy.
Next is the designated hitter, Brian Reynolds.
1 out. Here's Reynolds.
First
Had a
pitch
quiet
doesn't
day.
find
1
the
for
zone.
3. He's just had a single. 3 more years of contract for Brian Reynolds. I think our playoff window is 3 years. Starting now, pretty much. Because after 3 more seasons,
That one fouled off.
Ke'Bryan Hayes is a free agent. Reynolds is a free agent. O'Neal Cruz will be a free agent. I'm sure we'll be moved on from Conine by then.
Swing and a miss. and
So
that's
we
strike
kind of got
2.
3 years to
Fastball by him,
get a World
elevated,
Series
and
title.
If you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
That one
That's ball
missed.
2.
That is outside. 2-2 to Reynolds. Man,
Swings and chases a low
I just
one
did not
there.
see that coming.
Swings and misses at the breaking ball in the dirt.
He's out.
On the drop, third
Reynolds will
strike,
strike
2
out.
I got to think that was the plan all the way.
down.
He set him up with a high fastball and then bury that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a
Here's
devastating
Horwitz.
combination.
Next to hit, Spencer Horwitz.
Man,
And he grounds one
Daniel
to the right
Lynch
side.
doing his job.
On to first.
Shutting us
Third out.
down. Making good
Down in
pitches.
order go the Pirates, but they lead it 4-1.
Let's go to the 8th. We're going to go to the bullpen again. Here comes the Holder man. And it has been a
Welcome back.
rough
Getting new
season
arm on
for
the
him.
mound to start the 8th. Colin Holderman.
And compared to a lot of
7.20
other relievers,
ERA.
strikeouts have
Whew.
not been a big weapon for him this year, so the defense should be active.
We have
Now
got
at
to
the
settle
plate,
that in.
Harrison Bader.
Picked up an RBI in his last at bat. Still their only run of the game so far.
Cutter, sinker, and a sweeper.
A little bit low.
Oh, that's low.
Ball one.
There's Colin Holderman. Sweeper being his best pitch, of course. 32-year-old, 78 overall righty, who has been reliably okay for us in the past, but he is off to a sluggish start this season. It has not been good. He is a free agent. We could DFA him, but I don't really have anyone to replace him with. So we're going to see if he turns it around.
Right through there for a
Still May
strike.
13th.
Bad right here. He did the team thing, took until he got a strike. Now he's got to go to work, shorten up that swing a little bit, do whatever it takes to get on base.
That
I wouldn't be able to
misses.
trade him
And it
because
counts
he is a
2-1.
cornerstone.
Swing
So
and a miss.
he's either going to get better or he's going to be demoted. I mean, it's just the way he is. Got wicked good stuff, though, as he strikes out Bader, 1 down.
Bryson Stott steps in for the Royals. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offensive
here is
side
Stott.
for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left.
Now, we have moved him out of the, the 8th inning role normally.
Most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks
Ball
that
1.
they've got a base hit, or they may
But in
have
games
extra
like this,
bases,
we don't
and
mind,
he just takes it away.
seeing what we're, why is he struggling? We don't know through sim. We got to look through gameplay.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
Early observation is his swing and miss stuff is not swing and miss. It's more like swing and soft contact, which, not the worst thing in the world. I do not want him to face Bobby Witt, though, shall we get to him.
1 down, base is empty.
Man.
That misses the zone, and the count is even 2-2.
Umpire squeezing us now.
And misses
3-2. Garcia is on deck. Wow, Bobby's actually weaker against lefties than...
The Pirates leading by 3, and we're in the top of the 8th.
Here's the 3-2 to Stott. And he's going to get him chasing on the sinker. Nice job by Holderman. Trust your stuff. 2 down.
About the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves.
Trust your stuff. And here's Michael Garcia.
Tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Garcia in the box now. No balls and a strike.
I mean, we do have Strzelecki in AAA who has been doing solid. He could replace Holderman. But when it comes to a ceiling, Holderman's ceiling is way higher.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed or away.
Foul
Garcia
off,
fouls it off.
and they'll do it again. That misses the zone.
And, we
The
have
count
some
1-2.
prospects that are, they're I don't want to say they're expendable, but there's a fly ball. Simpson should grab this one. But, so push comes to shove, we will trade away prospects to get a reliable reliever. But Holderman does his job here. Bottom of the 8th we go. Still 4-1 Pittsburgh.
now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Alec
We
Jacob.
finally see someone that is not Daniel
Close
Lynch.
here, and this is where
Alec
bullpen
Jacob.
can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Luis Robert now.
So we got the 5, 6, 7 due up. Here is Alec Jacob. I don't know who this is. 29-year-old, 57 overall. Sinker, change, fastball, and a sweeper. And boy, he has no velo. He has not pitched in about 3 years, formerly with the Padres. Oh yeah, I know who this guy is. It took me a second to remember who he was, but he's not doing half bad with the Royals for a 57 overall, a 3.2 ERA. His stuff seems slow.
That's too low, and it's 1-0.
I think Foolish Baseball did a report on him. Let's get Bednar ready to go here.
Swings through
Sinker.
that.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Robert hits it hard, but hits it to the wrong guy.
And they take care of Robert for the out.
Bobby Witt throws him out, 1 down.
Here's the Pirates catcher now, Andy Rodriguez.
Here's Andy. And he's going to scorch that ball to right field,
He's
but
got it, 2 away.
right at whoever that is in right, I forgot. 2 loud outs.
Space is empty. Here's O'Neal Cruz.
Here comes Cruz.
Breaking ball misses down.
He used to have a quiet game, man. 1 for 3. Just a single. He has stolen the base, so.
Swing and a miss.
Keep chasing pitches like that. No wonder he's struggling.
Ball, 1 strike.
2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning.
And Cruz to the right side. Garcia.
To first.
We'll throw him out.
3 down,
And
inning over. Offense
O'Neal
held in
Cruz
check
continues
there.
to forget how to
9th
hit.
inning coming up. It's the Pirates
Crunch
4
time
and the
here in
Royals
Pittsburgh. Let's go to the 9th. Let's bring in Bednar and let's see if we can hashtag put him to sleep. Put him to bed. I don't know. Whatever the hashtag is that you guys came up with. It was one of those two. Here comes the Bednar for the first time on stream this year. Don't have any cool music for him, so just put some in your head and think of it really cool. Let's check out his numbers.
Now, and on the mound, a closer, David
Not as
Bednar.
strong as he was last
He's
year.
been really shutting down hitters from the right side of the plate this year.
Not as
a
strong
lot of
as he
hard
was
contact.
last year as we look at David Bednar. 33-year-old, 83 overall. He has been our closer since the beginning. Fastball, splitter, and a curveball as he gets closer and closer to 250 career saves. We're going to get him there the best we can. So, still not a bad season. You know, he's a 2.80 ERA, 12 out of 15. Love to see it. And we are going to make some
Not a lot of
defensive
hits, period.
changes here. We are going to put Odell over at first. Horowitz will come out for Hayes, if the game will let me.
Key Brian Hayes now in the game as he takes over at third.
And I think that's all we're going to do here. We're going to let Cook finish. Yeah, everybody else needs a day off, so we're going to let that roll. Yep. All right, here we go. 3-4-5 due up for Kansas City.
Witt in the
All
box
right,
here.
umpire.
Lets that one go
Way to
for
go,
a
buddy.
ball. Bednar, multi-time
Got your beer
all-star.
goggles on, huh?
He features a 4-seam fastball, a splitter, and he occasionally uses a curve. Fastball
Calls
for
out a strike, though. 1-1.
Even 1-1.
One ball, one strike.
Dangerous hitter. Popped him up, right field. Cook running after it, and Cook will glove it. One down. That's why we keep Billy Cook, that defense.
Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
We are not done yet. Here is Velasquez.
Velasquez stands in here, takes ball 1 low.
1-0.
Swinging a foul.
He
out
has
of
really
play.
been swinging at these inside pitches. Fly ball, left center field, Simpson.
No trouble here.
We'll grab it.
Away for the out. And a couple
2 down.
strikeouts.
One more out before we get a dub. What's up,
So
Grant?
it's their
This
last
is dope.
chance in this
Appreciate
one.
you, dude.
And here's the first
How you doing?
baseman, Vinny Pasquantino.
All right, so David Bednar, 1 out away. Let's see if we can lock it in. It's not over until the last out is recorded.
Just amazing to me how many
Trying to keep up
closers
with the
and
Brewers
back-end
and Cubs
relievers
in the
just
Central.
go absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
And that skips into
That
the
is inside. Keep her going. Good game all around tonight so far.
2 down, nobody on.
Mitch Keller,
Down to the
5
final strike.
solid
It's a
innings.
tough pitch, but in terms
We are
of
1 strike away. Pasquantino, tough out to get. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
was down
Indy
enough
wants the
where
fastball.
You're gonna catch up to one, that's the one. When she elevates, guys aren't touching.
1-2.
The Royals down to their final
Way
throw.
out there.
And the 1-2 misses to even the
He ain't gonna
count.
swing at that. He ain't gonna swing at that. Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3. David Bednar comes in,
Whether you're a season ticket holder
puts him
or
to
just
sleep.
come to a couple of
That's a
games
win
year,
for the Pirates. Raise the Jolly Roger.
special about that. Good job
We are
by
back
this
in the
team
win column.
for the hometown fans.
4-1 the final
2 and 5 in our
here
last
today.
7
For
games.
Singleton and
We're
our
gonna improve that a little bit.
outstanding crew here at MLB The Show. I'm John Shambi
Final
saying
score,
so
Pirates
long.
4, Royals 1. Good outing by Mitch Keller, getting him back into the win column. The Winder Avila will get the loss. Bednar, 13th save of the season. Just a good overall team win. Brewers won. I believe the Cubs won, so we will win and keep pace. So good highlights here. Spencer Horwitz with a single. Denny Odell, probably player of the game. 2 doubles with 2 RBIs. Andy Rodriguez ripping a single there. Forgot who did all the damage, but I know Odell had 2 RBIs. Number 1 prospect. That was almost a home run. That was the 2 RBI double there. Surprised he getting tagged out right there. Guess time was called. So RBI single there by Harrison Bader. Put the Royals on the board, making it 4-1 at that point, and score stayed. Bullpen did their job. Good game all around for everybody. All right, so player of the game, Mitch Keller, 5 innings, 3 hits, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 earned run. I would give it to Danny Odell, to be completely honest, but hey, that's just me. Yeah, so 2 RBIs by Odell, 1 by Horowitz, and 1 by our catcher, Indy Rodriguez. We just played a very good game. Nicholas comes in, gives up a hit, gets the job done. Little, Holderman, Bednar, 3 innings, no hits, 3 strikeouts. So, we get the win. Don't know what's going to happen in the next episode. But hey, if you're new here, I appreciate y'all being here. And if you want to help me out and you like franchise content, like the video, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Do this for fun. Do this as a hobby. Love to talk baseball. If you really want to talk to baseball, the baseball, got the Discord link in the description. Please feel free to join it. Where you can talk baseball, talk about your franchise if you have one, and keep up with everything Pittsburgh Pirates franchise. So yeah, good win tonight. See you guys in the next episode. Until then, race the Jolly Roger. Have a happy 4th. See you next episode.